We've just seen the worst type of rotten downfall in a leader. Again. In 2016, football had a problem. Its leaders were being arrested in hotel lobbies, its president was banned, and the whole thing was rotten and everybody could see it. So they picked a man to clean it up. 10 years later, though, that man is being asked to resign. I want to talk about how that happens because it's not a football story, it happens in normal companies every week. So let's talk about Gianni Infantino. He took over FIFA in February 2016. The job was supposed to be simple: restore trust, make the money visible, put checks in place so no one person could ever run the sport like it belonged to them and turn it corrupt. That was the brief, that was it. That was the whole thing. But here's what actually happened. In July 2026, FIFA announced a plan to put its events into a new company and sell a fifth of it to private investors, around $4 billion. So part of it being sold. The reaction was immediate. Everybody was upset. European nations said they would boycott, North America objected, and Asia objected. A senior advisor resigned, and FIFA's own chief operating officer said staff had been deceived and called it, in his words, the project of one person. The plan was dead inside a week. Infantino had apologized for what he called errors. Now, hold on to that phrase, the project of one person, because that's actually the story here, not the money, the method. People are not angry about private investments. Companies make private investments all the time. You can argue that either way. They're angry because they found out the same time as the public. Think about what that tells you. The man appointed to end a one-man rule ran the biggest decision in sports history as one man. He didn't lose a vote, he avoided one. And here's the part that should worry every single person: it nearly worked. If Europe had not threatened to walk, it would have gone through. And that is the failure. Not that it was stopped, that there was nothing in place to stop it except a threat. And this is not new. In 2017, FIFA removed the heads of its ethics committee and its governance committee, the people whose job was to hold power to account. They said they were blindsided and their removal neutralized the reform process. There were also Swiss criminal proceedings over undocumented meetings with the country's attorney general. Those were closed in 2023 with no charges, and prosecutors said that the suspicions were invalidated. That is the fair and full picture, and we'll say it plainly. The Telegraph reported that UEFA made a payment to a woman it alleges had a relationship with him, and he strongly denies it. UEFA confirmed a payment was made, and it says it followed the rules at the time. So I'm not going to try that in public. I don't need to, because the governance failure is already on the record and he's already apologized for it. I've sat in the wrong side of decisions like this, so let me be specific. There's 3 things you need to do as a leader and the lessons you can learn from this. 1, I would have taken it first to the people most likely to kill it, not last. First, if the plan can't survive the strongest objection in private, it won't survive it in public. You're not seeking permission, you are stress testing it. 2, your chief operating officer should never learn about your strategy from the press. If your own senior team is surprised, you don't have a plan. You had a secret, and a secret is not leadership, it's just basically exposure. And 3, anything that touches my own legacy, I hand to someone else and I walk out of the room. You don't get to mark your own homework, and you certainly don't get to remove the people marking it. In my honest opinion, the mistake was not made by Infantino in 2026, it was made by everyone else in 2016. They tried to solve a broken system by hiring a better person. You can't do that. It doesn't work. It's never worked. A good leader doesn't ask to be trusted. A good leader builds the thing that means nobody has to trust them. Limits on their own power, they put. People who can say no and keep their job, that's important. Decisions that have to survive daylight before they happen, not after. So real leadership is not being the person who can be trusted with the keys, it's choosing to fit a lock. Every organization I've ever worked in eventually finds itself here. Someone brilliant arrives to fix a mess. They fix quite a lot of it. And then, slowly, they become the only person who understands it, the only person who decides, and the only one who can. Nobody notices because the things are going well. Power doesn't corrupt people, it just waits and slowly erodes you.